In this video, I'm going to share how I've been able to structure my life in order to be unaffected by inflation. If you want to learn how I've been able to save more money and grow my income faster than inflation, then just stick around to the end of the video. But first of all, what is inflation? So inflation happens when the government prints more money, and so the amount of money in circulation is more than it was yesterday, meaning that each individual dollar is worth a little bit less than it was before all that extra money was printed. But historically, for any currency that's not linked to a physical asset, inflation is a natural part of that. So the best thing that we can do is just learn how to live in spite of it and maybe even benefit from it. But before we talk about that, first, how can we protect ourselves from inflation? The first thing we can do is just be aware of its presence. So even the numbers that the government might report in terms of inflation might be underreported. So I'm sure you've experienced the prices of your groceries, the prices of everything that you buy on a normal basis has probably increased more than what the government is saying the inflation amount is. And so even being aware of this can help you make better decisions for your financial future. The next thing that you want to do is you want to have a plan to put your money in things that are not inflationary. So for example, putting all of your life savings in cash would not be a good idea because the value of that cash is going to go down over time. And so what you should instead do is take that money and buy other things with it that will not be affected negatively by inflation. So for example, maybe you buy gold or silver, or maybe you invest in the stock market, or maybe you buy your own house. And the third thing that you can do is you need to pay close attention to your income. See, as inflation happens, what you were making, even though the dollar amount stays the same, you're actually getting a slight pay decrease because that money is worth less now than it was prior. And so if you're an employee, you need to make sure to ask for cost of living increases every 6 to 12 months. And I know that asking for a raise is tough, but one workaround for this is actually contracting on the side of your full-time job. And contracting is a great side hustle for a whole list of reasons that I'm not going to go into in this video, but the main reason for protecting yourself against inflation is you have the ability to raise your hourly rate anytime you feel that you need to. And as of a few months ago, I've actually been contracting full time. So whenever I feel that inflation has gotten too high, I'm able to just raise my hourly rate to make up for the lower value of the US dollar. So to recap, the way that I've been able to inflation-proof my life, so to speak, is that I consistently invest a portion of my income in non-inflationary assets, like investing my retirement accounts into the stock market, buying a house. And in addition to this, I've been aware of inflation and the effects that it has on the price of the things that I need to buy in order to survive. And so I've been able to ask my boss for a cost of living increase in the past. And currently contracting gives me the ability to raise my rate whenever I want in order to stay ahead of inflation on the income side. And if you're able to, I would definitely recommend contracting on the side of your full-time role, or maybe if you're laid off, even better, you can commit to contracting while you look for a new job. And if you want to see more details on contracting and what it's done for my life, click on this video here.